Hey everybody, I'm Evan.
I'm Grayson.
And we asked you, to submit some questions, and we were going to answer them.
Yep.
So we got a bunch of questions across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Mostly on Facebook, honestly. And we're going to answer them today. So this should be some fun, right? And
Yep.
Grayson dressed up for the occasion. Check it out.
Not for this, but for a different occasion.
All right, well, let's not delay this any further and let's go. The first question is, I think, an appropriate question to be answering first. And this comes from Matthew McCack of Room 51, friend of the channel. And they asked, what got you into making board game videos?
Well, mostly for me, it's just you doing it.
Yeah, so the idea was, I think it started with Favorite Game Friday.
Yeah.
Right? It was during the pandemic, like the lockdown time, right?
Yep.
Favorite Game Friday had been running for a long time, and I think, well, we could do that, right?
Yeah,
So
we did.
So we did. We started submitting videos, and I think I wanted to try to get better on camera, like
Yeah,
more
that's
comfortable on camera. So we kind of started doing them on our own channel. Honestly, I went back and watched one of our very first video, and it's pretty rough. Like, clearly we're nervous, and we didn't know what we were doing.
That's fair.
So so I feel like we've gotten a little bit better. I think.
Maybe.
So you be the judge. Okay, so the next question comes from Mick from Our Family Plays Games. And that question is, what cons are you going to this year?
Well, it's Grand Con.
Yep. So, so...
Probably UConn.
Yeah, so probably the really only ones that we have firm plans for would be Grand Con and UConn.
Yeah.
We don't tend to get that far away from where we live.
Yeah.
Your mom does because she works for
Yes.
Restoration. So if you're looking for us, try Grand Con or Yukon. If you're looking for Missy, try
Like a lot of conventions.
Gen Con or Origins or PAX Unplugged. At least
a lot,
those
a lot
three.
of the big ones.
So at this very moment, those are the only two that we have planned.
Yeah.
Okay, so Liz, our friend Liz from Long Distance Gamers, asked, she asked two questions that were kind of similar, so I'm going to combine them. She asked, what theme do you want to be made into a board game, and what mechanism would best fit it? But then she also asked, if you would design a game, what mechanism and theme would you choose to use? So I guess I'll kind of combine those. So Grayson, do you have an answer for
All
that?
right, so if I were to design a game, it's really hard to explain this.
Okay, go try. I can't wait to hear this.
Because it's like a game
Yes.
where it's almost like a legacy game, but it's not.
Okay.
Because it's like a game where you progressively fight through monsters and go to different areas and stuff.
Okay.
But and eventually you can reach like a goal and stuff.
So like a roguelike type game then?
Yeah,
that sort of
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
I know a few exist. What theme, or I guess what theme would you have on that?
I don't know, probably like some darker theme, like
How dark you talking about?
like dungeon dark.
Okay. 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 All right. Fair enough. So I'm gonna kind of recuse myself from this. It's not that I'm actively designing a game, but I had been asked by a designer to assist with a game. We had a good idea for it with a specific theme, but I don't want to say any more. It's kind of not.
Okay.
It's kind of stalled. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Don't you?
I don't think you told me.
I have told you.
Either that or forgot.
Probably. So I don't really exactly want to bring that up exactly, but maybe one day you'll see my name on a box.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't know. So, all right, moving on. So JV Case, who you know from the Beer City Board Games channel, asked if you each had to pick one of your existing game shelf cubes and get rid of all the games on it, which existing cube would it be? So this question, I think we will have to stand up and look around for.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back.
Alright, I'd probably say this cube because I haven't actually played. Yeah, I played this game.
You don't even know the name of it.
Yeah, And, like, there's only 4 games, so it's not that big of a drop if I get rid of it.
All right, so I'm gonna choose this cube right here. So there is 2 ice cool games that we don't play very often. This Adventure Mart game was okay. Cards Against Humanity, kids version, it's fine. Catan Junior, we probably shouldn't even be on this shelf anymore. Wizards Wanted is a decent game, but I wouldn't miss it if it was gone. Tiger and Dragon is fun, but I don't think we play it enough. I might miss it more if we played it more. But the sad part is I would miss Don't Go In there because I do like that game a lot. But if I had to choose, I'll choose this one. And we're back. So our friend on YouTube, Undiscovered Games, asked, "What's your favorite board game published pre-2000?" And he said, or pre-2010 if you prefer. But I think we can do pre-2000. Can you think of a game? If you can't,
Hold
here,
on.
there's a.
Hold on, I think
Okay, all right.
I know what. I
Okay.
forgot the name though.
Because I prepared a list here. If you want to look
I
at it.
forgot the name though. I don't know if it's. I don't know if I can find it. Yeah. Okay. So it would have been the awful green things from outer space.
Yeah. Okay. It's funny that you picked that. It's tough. It's a toss up for me, but I think and it might be even like a boring pick, but I think it's Lost Cities. And not the Ben KCMD game. Shockingly.
That's a large surprise.
We don't own a ton of pre-2000 games.
No.
We probably own more in the 2000s to 2010 range, but
Yeah.
I accepted the pre-2000 challenge. So, yeah, I guess that's it. All right, so once again, our friend Liz from Long Distance Gamers asked, who is your favorite designer?
I have no answer because I don't really pay attention to designer names.
So I will say that mine is probably still Tatsuka Chuo, who designed 2 of my absolute favorite games, Ostia and Aqua Garden, and a bunch of other really good games. To the point where I've tried to track down all of his published games.
I see.
I think there's maybe one that I'm not certain how to get. But and I know he has Sweetlands coming up, and like he did Atlas Lost. That was fun too. But I think last time we did this for Favorite Game Friday, I think you might have said Ryan Lockett. From like Sleeping Gods and Now or Never, and would that be pretty close?
Maybe out
of all of the one person's games, you've probably enjoyed all of his.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking you might not know, but okay. Cool. Then we have a flurry of questions from our friends over at NV Board Gaming. So we're going to hit them all real quick here. The first question is Ninja Turtles or X-Men? I'm going to say X-Men because...
I'd probably go with X-Men. If I was a little younger, probably Ninja Turtles.
Okay. See, I read the Ninja Turtles comics as a kid. I do have some of the original comics downstairs. But I think as it kind of went from being more of a serious to a children's cartoon, like I kind of fell out of it a little bit. So I don't love the X-Men for my favorite sort of Marvel thing, but between those two, X-Men for sure. All right. So this is a hard one that I can't actually think of an answer for, and that is, what is your favorite board game with a theme you dislike?
A theme I dislike.
Yeah, is there a theme you dislike but you enjoy the game?
That's another thing, is that I mostly don't pay attention to themes that much.
Really? But you do. I mean, when you're playing the game, you're seeing the theme, right? Here's the thing. I like unique themes. I like all sorts of different themes. There are certain themes that I don't think I would like, but if someone showed me the game, like I don't necessarily like historical themes or
I guess that's fair.
Like real world war type themes.
Like realism.
Yeah, like I guess I don't like realism. But then I can't think of a game that we have, or at least I have played that
You want to know why?
I enjoy. Why?
Because you didn't buy it because you didn't think you'd like it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? Like that usually will turn me off from buying it altogether, regardless of if it might be a good game or not.
Yeah, I don't really have an answer to this.
Yeah. That's a tough one because, like I said, I buy a lot of games based on theme. So, because it's a theme that attracts me. All right. So the next one is favorite ice cream flavor.
Mint chocolate chip.
Really? I think I probably like peppermint ice cream with like the little chunks in it. That's probably my favorite.
Okay.
And then this is an interesting one that I can't wait to hear your answer, and that is favorite childhood crush. Do you have a crush?
No, I don't.
It's also famous childhood crush. I think it's a favorite.
I don't have
I know.
one.
I didn't think you would.
I'm not. I don't.
Also, you're still a child.
Yeah.
Technically, I guess. So I don't know. Like, I used to like, I like that Swamp Thing movie, so I liked watching Adrian Barbeau in that movie. And I like Tiffany back in like middle school. Well, the singer. Those are the two that I can come up with off the top of my head. And Grayson's probably, is a teenager, so he can't answer that question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so moving on. Our friend Liz over at the Long Distance Gamers channel asked, "Who is your favorite music band?"
So.
All right, well, when we think about that, I listen to a lot of bands and a lot of different music. So, based on the Stats FM app that I use, that kind of tracks the music I listen to, I will put on the screen here my most listened to bands, and I believe the most listened to one is the Afghan Wigs. So, if most listened to equals most liked, then that's my most liked.
I mean, so is it like
favorite music band? Pick one.
I'll just pick Ramones then.
Ramones, yeah. I was gonna say, like, you definitely liked them as growing up. So
yeah, just probably be.
But I know you like the Cars and you like REM, right?
I think.
And you like some other music, But I think Grayson is not a big music listener.
Not necessarily, no.
At least as far as like music bands. So, okay. The next one comes from someone named Missy. I don't know. And that was, what video game would you like a board game adaptation for?
So, I mean, if you know me,
I don't know you.
It's an obvious pick. Hollow Knight.
Yeah. Okay. I knew you were gonna say that. What? So aside, like, what kind of game would that be?
I don't know.
Would it be a dungeon crawl? Would it be I don't know, a real-time strategy game? I don't know.
Probably not a real-time strategy game.
Would it be like a narrative game with a big book of stories?
Probably not.
Would it be a roll and move where you just run around the board and
No.
Okay. Okay, well,
No,
anyway,
we're not doing Halloween 2 again.
Halloween 2 is a movie, not a video game.
I
so
know,
I can't choose that.
But I'm
game.
saying that was pretty bad.
All right, so I would say I would love to see a Wasteland board game.
Really, not a Yakuza board game?
Well, see, the funny story is there might be one coming.
Oh my god!
But we'll say that for another video. I think a Wasteland video game that was kind of like a I don't want to say Sleeping Gods, but like maybe like that type of a game where it's a big narrative adventure. I know they tried to do that with the Fallout game, and I don't know that it was 100% successful. But if they kind of took the framework of that and used Wasteland, which honestly, Fallout, the video game, came from originally the Wasteland, like the developers. So,
all right.
So some sort of a post-apocalyptic adventure with bizarre occurrences. That I would love that.
And the one thing, it has to include Night Terror.
Yeah, of course. And Scotchmo.
That's a guaranteed though.
All right. So Mick from Our Family Plays Games asked, "What is your favorite restaurant in Grand Rapids?"
Probably Uccello's.
So that was actually going to be one of the choices that I had. Like, that was what I was thinking of, because they do have consistently good food.
And we go there often.
We do, and it's an Italian restaurant. So like he gets the pizza, and I get like a sausage pasta thing, and it is.
And I have
really
like pizza rolls, and it's really good.
like the pizza puffs. Yeah, it's like fried pizza dough or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
really good.
But I was also going to mention there's that Korean street food place. It's called K-Pacha. You have not been there.
No.
But I think about it a lot, because they had this like Korean corn dog that was like covered in ramen. Oh my god. It was so good.
That's interesting.
I think about that a lot. Okay. So Abe 1861 from YouTube asked, "When creating content, do you follow any self-imposed rules that help you prevent burnout?"
The self-imposed rule is that I'm so lazy that it takes us a while to get a video done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say I don't really have any self-imposed rules, because I'm honestly constantly thinking about ideas, right? and I'm constantly like jotting down like ideas for videos. And there's just never enough time to do them all, right?
Yeah.
So like we kind of just squeeze in videos when we can.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's really any burnout because we're not constantly like recording, constantly like doing that. But I am constantly thinking about it. So there's that. So I don't think there's really going to be any burnout. And as long as we're still having fun doing this, we're going to keep doing it. So, all right. So Mick from Our Family Plays Games asked, why do we deal still with Dr. Casey? Why?
Because he's the best doctor ever.
Look, we got his picture right there.
Yeah.
Right there. That was one of those things where I just kind of did it as a joke one time on Favorite Game Friday.
And then it became a returning joke.
Right,
again,
because like people responded to it, and it wasn't just me who found it funny. Like other people found it funny. Like commenters found it funny, or at least they.
So we just kept doing it.
So we just kept doing it. We haven't stopped.
Yeah.
And I don't plan on stopping.
And you need to buy more copies now.
I've thought about it. Told you there was that eBay auction where
you should have bought it.
Where they had like 4 copies or whatever. For like $40. You're right, I probably should have.
It was 2 copies of another game
that's right.
and
You're
2
right.
copies of Ben KCMD.
That's right. I don't know. Maybe I need, when this video's over, I need to go to eBay.
You would have bought it, because then we would have had another old game that we don't have yet.
Yeah, I know it. All right. So, and then in a related question, he also asked, what other old TV shows do you like?
Well, I mean, that's a kind of an issue for me, because I
Everything is an old TV show to you?
I mean, well, the issue is that I didn't grow up with those old TV shows.
Is there an old TV show that you like? Like an older TV show?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I was gonna ask you a question. What's the show that I'm always watching on Saturday when you're trying to vacuum?
Oh, it's the Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of Alfred Hitchcock Presents lately. So that's been a favorite show. What did we watch? We watched Tales from the Dark Side. That's an older show to you, for sure. I grew up with it, but
yeah.
So I guess I like those sorts of like anthology shows that are, you know, like single stories and they're weird. So I think that answers that question. All right, so Ben Myers, who you may remember from Favorite Game Friday, asked, when buying a game internationally, what kind of things do you look for?
I mean, I don't buy games.
Yeah, so this is probably more a question for me.
Yeah.
And that's a weird question because I don't know. Usually I like to look at like sites like after like Tokyo Game Market where they kind of like put them all up, and then a lot of times I just look at box covers, right? And like, this looks interesting, this art looks interesting, and then I do a little bit more research. Sometimes I can't do a lot of research because there isn't a lot of information out. And so if it looks interesting, if it has a weird theme or like some weird art, you know, sometimes I just buy it and hope it's good. And we haven't really ever been like burned by a horrible game.
No.
It's usually interesting.
Yeah,
at
the least.
So, assuming we can translate the rules and figure out how to play it, right?
That's true.
So, usually just look at the art and look at, you know, what I think it might be, or if it has some weird components, you know. That's usually it. Okay, so our friend Liz from Long Distance Gamers asked a question specifically to you.
What?
And that is, Grayson, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know. I have no real thoughts.
No? Okay, so then what do you... I don't know if you want to share this or not, but what is one of your life goals?
It's to climb Mount Everest, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know, people do that.
I know. I don't know.
I don't think it's a completely unreasonable goal to have.
Yeah.
Do you want to be a mountain climber when you grow up?
It's probably not because that's you don't really get paid for that.
Unless you have like sponsorships, but you got to be really good for that.
Yeah.
Do you want to be a Twitch streamer when you grow up?
And that would be nice. Follow me at Zote_the_3RD. Make sure to follow me there. I stream video games.
I'll put the link down in the comments or in the description or one of those. Look for it if you're interested. Okay, so the next question comes from Mick from Our Family Plays Games, And his question is, when can we ask Missy questions? And the answer to that is right now.
Mick from Our Family Plays Games asks, for Missy, I have always loved your hair. Is there a story behind the hair? And yeah, there kind of is. A while ago, our youngest Finn was into hair dye, and at one point he asked for a hidden rainbow, and I got all the dyes for it and everything. And then he was like, no, I only want one color. So I thought, I could do a rainbow. I always had my hair fun colors. So before in Origins, where I normally would get my hair re-dyed, I went and saw my stylist Molly, and we did a whole reverse rainbow. And I got home and tried to curl it up and put it in the hawk that I always did, and I hated it. It reminded me of a Halloween clown wig, and I was upset and tried to brush it all out, and it made one big curl. And then I pinned it there, and that became how I always did my hair. And of course, I don't have it done this way today, but I was being lazy. But you'll see me again, and it'll be in that curl.
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Okay, so the next question comes from Dick Renisma, who is Dutch Yoda across like Twitch and stuff like that. And his question is, do you have any plans in the near future to visit Essen Spiel?
No.
Oh, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be fun? To go to Germany and just hang out at that board game convention?
And then again, isn't it during the school year?
Yeah, that is one issue for him especially, is that it is in October. So currently that would be not a thing that he could do.
I just miss a lot of school.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I have no plans in the near or distant future to do that, but maybe that's something I should look into. I have recently started a new job that I actually get a vacation now,
which is crazy.
But now that I'm on the low end of the seniority, like those vacation weeks are limited. So, but maybe one day that would be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we got a couple left.
All right.
The next one comes from Ken Wynn, who is the winner on YouTube, and you may remember him from Favorite Game Friday. And he said, "What is one game that Evan just can't seem to beat Grayson at, and vice versa?" So I can't seem to beat Grayson at a lot of games.
This is true.
So can you? What are some games I just can never beat you at? I know you know. I can think of one in particular.
What one? Because, I don't know. There's just too many.
What about Unmatched?
Well, that's true. I have never lost a game of Unmatched.
I don't know why that is. I feel like I'm doing well when I play it.
And then he loses.
Every time. So what is a game that you can't beat me at?
Well, it used to be Onitama.
This is true.
But then I got smarter, and now he's losing all the time.
This is very true.
So I honestly don't know.
I'm going to throw Ticket to Ride at you.
That's true. I fail at Ticket to Ride. I am not good at it.
It's one of the few games that he does not do good at.
No, I'm just really bad.
And it's funny because I almost lapped him on the score track last time.
I'm really bad at it.
All right, so we have one final question.
All right.
And that is from Liz, our friend over at Long Distance Gamers. And she asks, if you could only keep 5 games in your collection, which 5 would you pick? So off the top of your head, just without much thinking, what are the 5?
Not any legacy game.
Okay.
Probably Machiko, because that's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Probably Paradiso, because that one's easy.
Okay. Just think of like your favorite games that you would want to play over and over again.
I don't know. Probably some party games.
Okay, like which one?
I don't know. Just like any, like probably Telestrations. That's a good one.
Okay.
Probably. I could probably still pick Frosthaven because that's still another at least 3 years.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And then what else?
One more. One more game that you just like never get sick of playing.
I don't know.
And you wouldn't foresee yourself getting sick of playing.
I really don't know.
One more. Need it.
I don't know.
Quickly.
I actually just have no idea.
Come on, you gotta pick something. You can do it. I know you can do it.
Sleeping Gods, because that one's almost infinitely replayable.
Okay, so that's how I approach this question. Games that I can play a lot and have a lot of variability. So I probably would pick Sleeping Gods because it's a long game experience and there's a lot to explore in it. I would definitely pick Eldritch Horror because there's a lot of variability between like all the expansions that we own.
Yep.
I was thinking a party game, but would you get sick of playing a party game? Because
you still have 4 other games to play all the time.
But even like Telestrations or even like Just One, you don't even need the game to play technically. You could just play, right? So maybe
Then you have to like a makeshift game.
well, okay, but okay. So in lieu of a party game, I'll just say Just One. And then I don't know, maybe like those are the 3 that I had. Oh no, I'm gonna get stuck. Maybe I'll pick something like Sagrada because that has like a lot of variability, a lot of like replayability. Even though it's a quicker game. And then what's another quicker game with like a lot of variability?
I don't know.
I would say, you know what? Well, why don't I just say Ticket to Ride then? Because I think that's a lot of fun, right? And I can play. Oh no, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna scratch that. I'm gonna say Wingspan.
Okay.
And that includes all the expansion stuff. And if
we do have a lot of the expansion stuff.
And if this question is asked to me in a year or 2 from now, there'll be even more expansion stuff.
This is true.
So that's my 5.
And then at least like 3 more upgraded pieces.
All right, well, that is all of your questions.
Yep.
Thank you so much for asking those questions. Did you have a good time answering those questions?
I mean, I guess.
Were there some weird questions that you weren't expecting?
Yeah.
Good. So, thank you for asking, and I think we had a good time answering, and I guess that's it for today. We'll see you in the next one, everybody. Bye.
Bye.